Good evening, everyone. It gives me a great pleasure to welcome Aron to our Kehillah. He has traveled all the way from Los Angeles to be with us, and we are indeed privileged to have him address us tonight. He will enlighten us about his extensive knowledge of Rhodes, and especially the Jewish Museum of Rhodes, which is attached to the Kahal Shalom. My association with Aron goes back 12 years. When I first met him in Rhodes, my late wife and I were privileged to have spent many occasions in Rhodes, especially Rosh Hashanah at the Kahal Shalom. We also had the opportunity to be present at the opening of the first Jewish museum in Rhodes on the 1st of October 1997. Were it not for Aron, keen interest and passion for investigating and researching the heritage of his parents and grandparents, the Jewish Museum in Rhodes would probably not exist today. He has done an exceptional job in keeping alive our Sephardic heritage in Rhodes. We hopefully be passed down from generation to generation. Aron first visited Rhodes in 1975. His inspiration to do so was brought about by the many interesting stories he had heard about life on Rhodes from his grandparents. His interest in the history of Rhodes and his Jewish community led to him gathering a photography collection from many families, which helped him to establish the Jewish Museum of Rhodes. When Bella Retzis became the president of the Jewish community of Rhodes, she and Aron worked together tirelessly to expand and refurbish the museum, which is an inspiration and a legacy for all Sephardim who have their roots in Rhodes. Much work was done by Aron to restore the Jewish cemetery, which is one of the best preserved cemeteries in Europe. I was also present with Adrian when the refurbished museum was opened, and it was wonderful to see how many people attend this event. The group of visitors who were attending the opening of the museum also visited the memorial of the Jewish martyr of Rhodes and Kos, which had been erected in 2002. This was an extremely emotional occasion. I will never forget the wonderful spirit which prevailed among all those present, especially when the gathered crowd started singing the Hatikva, thanks to Jacques Franco, by the way, at the top of their voice. It was a day when all those present were not only proud to be Jews, but to be Sephardic Jews of Rhodes. In Cape Town, we are also privileged to have one of the few Kehillahs in the world where service and conduct follow our Rhodes tradition. Rabbi Suiza makes sure that these traditions are followed closely, especially when it comes to the tune which we sing, all through sometimes modified by him or hint of a Moroccan tradition. When Rabbi Suiza conducted the Friday night service at the Kahal Shalom in Rhodes, at the time that the refurbished museum was inaugurated, many of those present were moved to tears as they had not heard the service conducted with the Rhodes tradition. It is vital that we continue to support the tremendous work which Aron is doing in Rhodes for the benefit of our children and grandchildren and all the future generations. Many of our congregants visit Rhodes regularly and show a keen interest in their heritage. I also want to thank our President David Albeldas, who continue to encourage our members to be aware of the Sephardic heritage and keep it alive. Cultural evenings such as this one. As part of the awareness campaign, David comes up with the idea to publish a magazine called Caminando y Hablando, which is in English mean walking and talking. The purpose of this magazine is to publish news and view of our Sephardic community in Cape Town, as well as articles of interest concerning our heritage. In future editions, I plan to publish many of the photographs and documentation which I have gathered over the years about Rhodes. Before I hand over the floor to Aron, I want to make mention of a member of our community who has become an inspiring poet. I'm talking about Isaac Habib. I would like to call upon him to enlighten us with the reading of some of his Latino poems from Rhodes. Thank you. Isaac will read in English and Joe will translate in English. Sorry, in Spanish and in English.
Sure.